Hi, campers. I want to chat today about settling. It's been heavy on my mind. And you know what I always say whenever that happens, it's a channel, so get ready for whatever source wants you to know. But I just want to drop some random thoughts and channel messages on you. Food for thought, because I think we don't give it enough thought, and I think a lot of people have it a little twisted. So, first thing that I want to say is that I personally think there is nothing wrong in settling, right? And what I personally mean by settling is, if you watch me, that I'm an alignment reader. So, people I read for, and I read their energy and I guide them on their journey of life. It's my objective is to guide them towards their highest, most abundant timeline, right? So that best possible option that as a soul before incarnating, they chose for themselves. And I truly believe my personal truth is that we all have highest, most aligned, abundant timeline. And on that timeline, it's our 10 of Pentacles moment. So the perfect love, perfect career, fulfillment, place of peace, place of happiness. But just like every beautiful castle, the road towards it, it's not easy. It's full of challenges. It's full of lessons. It requires patience and it requires effort. So anything below that timeline will be settling. And I think we understand it as something negative, and in reality, I don't think it is. I think most people, on some level, settle for certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that, because people who truly don't settle, in order not to settle, you truly have to sit in a place of I have zero needs. Because settling comes from a place of need, if you think about it, right? Let's take love and as always, and then relationships as an example. Although you can settle for anything, a job or a house or lifestyle, whatever is it that your dreams are from here, and everything below would be settling, right? But let's take love an example. So if you sit in a place, I don't need love, because I understand that I am love. I have everything that I need. This true moment of awakening and connection to the divine, to source. I am source. I am the universe. I'm never truly alone. I embody unconditional love. I don't need anyone to fulfill my life. And that analogy that I always use and I love, and I took it from my beautiful mentor years ago. Your life is supposed to be that beautiful, delicious, healthy, wonderful, perfect cake, and everything else that comes from external world, love included, it's just cherry on top, right? So when you sit in a place of I don't need anything, this is a place that you truly can say that you have the strength not to settle. But the moment you need something, right? I need love. I want love. I want partnership, right? I want companionship. I want someone to talk to every day, to share my life with, to have that romantical kind of love, right? The moment you have that need, you start to search for it. It's a normal, natural, human thing. You start to search for it. And when you search for it and you're not finding it, your human mind and your programmed mind starts to take you to places like, oh, maybe my bar is too high. Maybe I should lower my standards. Maybe I shouldn't be that picky. This person seems perfectly fine. That person seems perfectly fine, because you have a need for something, right? So the two important things that I want to mention here. One is, I personally think there's nothing wrong in settling. The journey of reaching for your highest, most aligned timeline, no matter what that journey is and no matter what it means to you, it's a long journey. It ain't for the weak. It's a journey of solitude. It's a journey of lessons. It's a journey of challenges. It's a journey of truly accepting that it might never happen. Letting go, trusting in the universe, accepting the fact that everything that you need to be happy and fulfilled, you must find within, right? So not everyone is up for it, and it's absolutely okay. This is why we reincarnate. This is why we do it so many times, because it's not easy. And sometimes it's tempting to say just, to hell with this. That option is fine as well. It's close to what I wanted. I take it, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you who do settle and you choose the road to settle, the only thing I want you to be mindful of is that mindfulness is key here. Awareness is key here. You actually have to be aware. You have to be aware that you're choosing an option of settling and that it might actually kill off and cut out your journey towards highest, most aligned timeline. Because I always say this, universe is neutral, right? Universe gives us what we emit, the energy that we emit, right? So if there's someone that you start dating and you know this is not your person, but you're like, oh, okay, that person's fine. Universe is going to be like, okay, if that's what you want, I'm not going to send you anything else because you're clearly enjoying it. You're accepting it. You're ceasing the search. You're ending the search. The search is over. So why would I send you anything else? So you think to yourself that settling is something that you can do in the meantime as you go towards your highest, most aligned timeline. It's not going to happen. For most cases, for most people, energetically, it actually closes the door to your highest, most aligned timeline for that moment you settle. And again, it is your choice. This is why we have free will. In that human body, as a spirit incarnated in a human body, we have free will. We don't have to go for the highest, most aligned timeline that are over so planned for us. We have free will. We can say, oh, it's too exhausting. It's too difficult. I don't want to do this. I'm just going to settle. This lifetime, I'm just going to chill, right? But what I want you to remember is whenever you will be surrounded by other people who never given up, who continue to fight, again, for journey of challenges, for journey of solitude, for journey of walking through the hell of their own shadows to properly heal and integrate those shadows. And they finally reach their highest, most aligned timeline. You're not allowed to call them lucky because it's not luck. It's hard work on a daily basis to say no to so many wonderful things that universe is trying to offer you, to give you an opportunity to settle or to test you, however you want to call this. But it's really challenging to say no. So if you say yes and someone else says no, don't compare. Don't call them lucky. You choose. You are the master of your destiny. So bottom line here is that there's nothing wrong in settling as long as you are aware that you're doing that and you're not going to be a little baby looking at other people who fought for this, their highest, most aligned timeline, because it is really a huge effort. And it's funny because someone recently left a comment, underneath one of my readings saying that, oh my God, if it's going to be years of effort, of waiting, of self-work, I don't want it. Well, my love, then you're not going to get it. Because imagine, and I love giving this analogy, right? Imagine you have a daughter, right? And she's young, she just met someone, and she's your treasure, your precious little girl. You look at her, she's the smartest, the most beautiful in your eyes, as a normal thing would be for a parent. She deserves the world, right? And she meets this guy and he says he's in love with her and he wants her and he's going to treat her well and he has good intentions and, he wants to offer commitment. But then she receives an offer to embark on a beautiful journey, and a beautiful quest, something related to her dreams, whatever that is. Let's say she always wanted to be a doctor and she gets this opportunity to volunteer in like other part of the world and go there for like a year or whatever that is, or it doesn't matter. It's just an example, right? And then that person, that potential fiance says, you know what? I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to waste my time. You are wonderful, but I'm not going to wait for you like 2 years, especially if we cannot see each other in the meantime or communicate, because it's just, I want to go on with my life. I want to live my life. So I'll just go ahead with something else. How would you react as a parent, as a father? Would you still think this is really a good match for my daughter? Someone who potentially wants to spend the rest of their life with her suddenly cannot wait for 2 years, knowing that she's going to be embarking on a beautiful journey and making her dreams come true. What kind of love is that? It's BS. It's nonsense. Now imagine that father is the universe. And that child is the greatest gift that the universe can give to us. Our highest, most aligned, abundant timeline. Where there's happiness, there's love, there's joy, there's everything. The universe says, before I grant you access to that door, you have to go on a quest. Full of challenges, full of lessons. Quest that will help you to become the best version of yourself, to actually be able to hold that timeline. Quest that will help you to strip the layers of your shadows and of your pains, to perfect yourself for your self-growth, so you can actually appreciate what I'm about to give you. And that quest will take years, because one of the greatest lessons of life is also patience. And then you go ahead and you say, no thanks. Okay. Well, if I'm the universe, and I actually am, we all are universe, right? I'd be like, okay, then don't bother. Go ahead and settle and do whatever you want to do. If you want it now, go and find it now. But the price is no longer accessible for you, because you don't appreciate it for what it is. You think you deserve it. You think it would be granted with no effort, with no payment. Why? Why would you think that? You think the most beautiful gift of life that Source can grant to us is not worth effort, self-worth, patience, humbleness, trust, then you're not going to get it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that little channel of mine was helpful. I will say this to you once again. There's nothing wrong in settling. If you choose and you feel in your intuition that in this lifetime, this is what you want to do. You want to go for the closest possible option that you have available for what you think would be your highest, most abundant timeline, and you want to take it because you want it now, because you're tired of challenges and loneliness and so on and so forth. Bless you. By all means, you have the free will, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no punishment. There's no lesson in that. It is for you to choose. But the only thing you have to remember, not to end up at the end of this road as someone very sad and very bitter, is that every option that we take, we have to take it with gratitude and accept that the greatest rewards in life come with price, come with effort, come with challenges. And you cannot simply go ahead and point fingers and say, oh, this person was lucky and I wasn't, because you do not know someone's journey, someone's challenges, someone's struggles. If they got there, rest assured, whether that's in this lifetime or previous lifetimes, they made their way through the quest that the universe puts in front of us to actually help us to raise our vibration high enough so we can be a match to that beautiful gift that is alignment.